if you don't want your visa to be denied or delayed during your visa interview because of mistakes you made on your DS-160, watch this video to the end. In the next 30 minutes, we are going to go through the DS-160 form step by step. And I'm going to tell you where you have to avoid some mistakes, what you have to do, and it wouldn't take you long to finish the whole DS-160. You can sit on there and in less than 30 minutes, you can be able to complete your DS-160 form alone at home. So let's go right into the video and let's know how to fill your DS-160 form. Okay, so on the screen right now, you can see the interface. This is how the DS-160 form looks like, but we are not going to start from here. Okay, we are going to start straight from Google. So let's go straight to Google. Yeah, leave site. Okay, so now everybody here can navigate to Google. Okay, so on Google, we are going to type CEAC and you click on it. CEAC is Consular Electronic Application Center. That is where you have to fill the DS-160. So after you type, you're going to see this one. First one, ceacstate.gov. You hit the first one. And you can see non-immigrant and immigrant. DS-160 is for non-immigrant visas. So you hit the DS-160, the first one. You hit that one. Okay, so now you are there where you can fill the DS-160, as you can see up here. So the first thing you have to do is to select your country. So no matter the country you are in, you would use a DS-160 form to fill it. So you just choose your country. So I'm using Ghana because I'm a Ghanaian. So I'll use Ghana. And the code, you type this code right here. It says 4SSXK. So you type the code and you can see start an application here, which is where you start an application. And you can see retrieve an application here. If you've already started an application, this is where you're going to go. Okay, but before that, let's read this really quick. It said, write down the application ID. So after we leave this session, they're going to give you a unique application ID. You write it down somewhere, you save it somewhere because you are always going to need it. So you write it down somewhere. Okay, it's displayed on the top right hand corner of the page. We are going to see it very soon after this page, so we should write it down. So we are going to do that. And it says, the second one says save your application frequently. So we are going to save our application frequently, like every time we're going to save our application. The system will time out 20 minutes after inactivity and you will lose unsaved information. So after we fill every section, we will save it. It's 10 sections in total. So after we fill every section, the first section, we save it like that. Okay, so that is basically it. And this is, if you don't understand this, this is where you would test your photo, the photo you are going to upload. You test it to see whether they will verify it or not, because on the DS-160 form, at a point you have to upload a photo. So let's try and test it really quick, then we go into the DS-160 application. So I'm testing it really quick. Okay, so you come here, you choose file. So I'm going to choose file. So I'll go to downloads. I think I have, let's see, my passports. Okay, there's my passport. Yeah, look. Yep, and I'll upload it to see whether they verify it or not. Okay, so they didn't verify that image, so it's not a valid image type. So put it here to see whether it is a valid. If it's a valid image, they are going to accept it, but the photo I uploaded, it looks blurry and stuff, so they wouldn't accept it. So yeah, so that is it. So let's go back and fill the DS-160 form. So you can come here and put your picture there to see whether it's going to accept it or not. But the moment we get into the DS-160, it will take us less than 10 or 20 minutes to finish. Okay, so let's go back. CEAC, you go here, I hope you remember, and you go to DS-160. Now we are here, back here, where we tested our photos. So we go, you select your country, okay, then you put the code in there. I can't really see the code well. Is it WON? So let me refresh it. Okay, so I think this is clear. WWCD. Okay, then since this is the first time we are starting an application, we hit start an application. Then you see this. So all you have to do is to hit I agree. And now you have your application ID. So what you have to do is to write the application ID down. You remember they told us to write it down. Or you can print it. Hit print an application ID. It's going to print it for you. Then you save it. You save it on your computer. You just hit save. So you are done. Okay. So you can print it or you can write it down somewhere. So this is kind of like your password. So you can choose any of them. And I'll choose this one, the first one. What's your name of your mother's mother? I'm going to write Hannah, or yeah, Hannah. So anytime I'm logging in back, they're going to ask me what's the name of your mother's mother, and I'm going to write Hannah. Okay, so it's your password. No one has to know. So you hit continue. So this is the first page of the application ID, application DS-160 application, and as you can see, we have 10 sections: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. After you are done with that 10 sections, you are done. You are finished with your DS-160. So it's not difficult. It's very simple. So the first one is personal. You're going to ask about your name. So surname, you put it there. Given names, Nathaniel, and your middle name. If you have a middle name, you add it as well. It's not just your first name. Full name in native alphabet does not apply. Have you used other names? No, I haven't. Do you have a telecode? No. Sex, so male. Marital status, single. Date of birth, you write your date of birth on the city you were born in, you write it there. The state, if your country doesn't have any states or provinces, you just choose does not apply, and you choose your country, which is Ghana. So you're done. You remember the second rule, it says always save it, so you hit save. So when we finish, you don't have to come back to this place again. So you hit continue application. So you hit personal 2. It's asking for the country or where you're from. So Ghana again. Do you hold or have any nationality other than the one indicated above on nationality? No, I haven't been, I'm not part of any country. Are you a permanent resident of any country? No. Do you have a national identification number? So for Ghanaians, you can put your Ghana card here, but if you don't have any national identification number in your home country, you just hit does not apply. The US social security number does not apply. Tax ID does not apply. So you are done. Again, you save it. It has been saved. You continue application and you hit next. So in less than 5 minutes, we are done with the first section, which is the personal. We are done. We are going to the second section, travel. So it's not going to take long, as I always say. So purpose of trip to the US. So the reason why you decided to go to the US. So if you are going for B1, B2, you select the B visa, business or pleasure. If you are going as a student, academic or language, you select that. If you're coming here, maybe your wife is a citizen or your spouse is a citizen, you select the K visa. So every type of non-immigrant visa is here. All you need to do is to select. But for the case of this video, and with time I'm going to make videos for each session, like K visa, B1, B2, but for the case of this video, we are going to choose F visa. And if you are transiting through the US, you have to choose C visa. So it depends. So let's choose F visa. So which type of F visa? Which is a student's visa, F1. Have you made any travel plans? If you've made any travel plans, you select yes, and you choose the date of arrival. But if you haven't, you choose no. They are still going to ask you the intended date of arrival. So I choose 8 I guess 2026. Okay, and this is very important. Okay, when you are failing as a student, you have to get your passport ready, and you have to get your I-20 document ready. Okay, on your I-20, they are going to give you an estimated date you have to get into the US. So this is very important. When you reopen, schools reopen, let's say 18th August, you can't come to the US till a month before your reopening. So you can't choose May because it's 3 months before you reopen. So choose a date that is between 1 month and the day you start class. So maybe you reopen on 18th August, you can choose like 1st August or 25th July. So you choose any date, 1 month, okay? Now, intended stay, length of stay in the US, if you are applying for masters, it's 2 years. So if you're applying for undergrad, it's 4 years. So let's do it for the sake of undergrads. Okay. It says, where will you stay in the US? So if you're coming to the school, write the school's address. So you write the school's address there. Yeah, you write the school's address there. It doesn't matter. So I'm just putting anything there, and you write the school's zip code there. And person or entity paying for your trip. If you're paying for yourself, you write self. If your parent or your uncle or someone else is funding you, you write other person. If your employer is sponsoring you, you choose employer. But in this case, my father is sponsoring me, so you choose other person and you write your father's name there. And you write his number and you write his email. Let me use another, and let me use another name. And let's say the last name is my name, so on gmail.com. So you write his email address, relationship to you. Is it your father? You write father. Is it your uncle? You write relative. Is it your wife or your husband? You write spouse. So self-explanatory right here. Do you stay with, is the address of the party paying for your trip the same as your home address? Do you stay with this person? So the answer is yes. If you don't stay with this person, you write no and you provide your address. But if it's yes, and the person's address, if it's yes, you just choose yes and you save. So I didn't fill every part, so it will tell me that I haven't filled every part. So let's see where we haven't filled this part, right? Yeah, and you remember the first page, I wrote marital status, I wrote single. So why do I have a spouse now? So I have to change, it can't be a spouse. Let me use parent. So now I can save it. Yeah. So really quick, we are done with section 2. Let's go to the next session. So as I said, these places is not that controversial. It's asking about just your personal information. Are there other persons traveling with you? No. Save. We are done with section 3. Let's go to section 4. Have you ever been in the US? If yes, you use yes. And you try the date arrived. You can download the I-94 form online and you see if you've forgotten, that is what you have to do. And in another video, I'm going to show you how to get the I-94 form. But if you haven't, don't worry about I-94 and other things, just choose no. Okay. Have you ever been issued a US visa? No, maybe this is your first time, but if yes, they'll ask you which date and the visa number, and are you applying for the same type of visa? So you answer these questions right here. But if it's no, if it's your first time, you just choose no. Have you ever been refused a visa? If it's yes, you choose yes and you give the reason why you were refused the visa. Okay. So maybe your documents were insufficient, so they gave you a 221G and later on they denied you. So what's the main reason why you were denied? Or maybe you couldn't really prove your home tie, so they denied you. Or maybe you've changed your case, or yeah. So let them know the reason why you were denied. or maybe you were withdrawn at a port of entry. So port of entry is when you come here finally at the airport. There are times where CBP officers will stop you and ask you certain questions. Now, when they ask you certain questions and they feel like you are not eligible to enter the country, but it doesn't normally happen, so don't worry about that. So if that's the case, you write the reason why. But if it's your first time, you obviously have to choose no. Has anyone filed an immigrant petition on your behalf in the US? If it's yes, you choose yes and you answer the questions. But if it's a no, you choose no. So we are done with the fourth part. Save. So really quick, we are going very, very quickly. So address, street address, where do you stay? You write it very quick. Maybe you stay at Amasaman. I don't know, 234 B2. I'm just putting any address line there, and you write maybe Accra. And state or province, my country doesn't have any state, so not applicable. No, and this is one mistake I see many people do. Ghanaians, we know, and many African countries, we don't have a zip code, so don't put +233 there. It's not a zip code. It's a prefix of a phone number, so just put does not apply. Don't put +233 anywhere. Okay, so the country, you choose your country. Is this your mailing address? Is this mailing address the same as your home address? Yes. So you put your phone number here. And secondary, if you have another phone number, you put it here, but if you don't, it does not apply. Does not apply. Have you used any other phone numbers in the past 5 years? If it's yes, you use yes and you provide it. But if it's no, you choose no. So it's quite simple. They are just asking you of your personal information. So it's quite easy. So your email address, you put it here as well. So you put your email address here. Have you used any other email addresses in the last 5 years? The answer is no. If it's yes, you use yes and you provide it. So your social media page, this is where you have to put your social media. Do you use Facebook? Yes, I use Facebook. What's your Facebook handle? My full name. So you put it there. If you have any other social media, you put it there as well. If you have LinkedIn, you put it there. So all your social media accounts, okay? So we are done with this part. Do you wish to provide any information about your presence on? If you have any websites, you choose any website and yeah, you add it, or any social media platforms, you add it. But if it's no, you just choose no and you save. Continue application. So yeah, we are done with the fifth section. We are going to the next section. So passport, this is where you need your passport. Okay, so you open your passport. Is your passport a regular passport? Yes, so you choose regular passport. Passport document number. So on your passport, where your face is, on the top right, you're going to see a number which starts with an alphabet. So sometimes it could be G something something, so you write that number there. Passport book number. Not every country has a passport book number. Ghana doesn't have a passport book number. Many African countries do not have a passport book number, so you choose does not apply. So we are done with the passport book number. Where was the document issued? So where it was issued is on the passport. So you look on your passport, you choose where it was issued, maybe Accra. State or province, if shown on the passport, you check on the passport, is there any state? No, so you leave it blank. Issuance date, you write the issuance date there, March 2023 to 2nd March 2033. So yeah, you write it there. And have you ever lost your passport or stolen? No. You save it. You are done with the C's part. So It's easy, as I always say. Just believe in yourself and start filling. So contact person in the US. If you're a student, you are coming here to school. You're not coming here because of your family here. Okay. So never, again, never use your family or your relative information here. You are coming here as a student. So use your DSO's information. The person in charge of international students, use his information if you're a student. But if you're not a student and you get to this part, you can use the person. If you're a spouse, you can use your spouse's name on here. But if you're a student, please use your DSO's information on there. So you look on your I-20, the person who signed, the name is on there, or you've been talking to that person already. So you can just put his name there. Maybe his name is maybe let's say Smith, Lisa Smith. Okay. So you put his name or her name on there. You put the name of your school, you put the name of your school if you're a student on there. So you put the name of your school on there. Relationship to you. So who is a person to you? He is a school official. Okay. So you see a relative here, but if you're a student, don't choose a relative. Don't use your relative's name. You are not coming here for your relative. You're coming here to school. So choose your school official. So you put the address or phone number or contact point. You put the school's address on there. Okay. You put the school's address on there. The one we just did. You put it there. I don't want to put anything there. And you put the city it is in on there as well. And you put the state. Where is the state? It's in Georgia. You put it there. The zip code. You put a zip code there, and you put the person's their DSO's phone number also on there. Maybe 404 something something something. You put it on there, and you put the DSO's email address. The email they've been sending you, that email address. You put it on there as well. Maybe Lisa Smith at GSU. .edu. Yeah, so you put it on there, you save it. No thanks. So we are done with the C's part. We are going to the 7th part. So it's very quick. You can use less than 30 minutes to finish this, as I said. So your father's full name, you put it on there. If he has any middle name, you add it to here, give your names. You put his date of birth on there as well. Is your father in the US? No. So you go to your mother again. You put your mother's name there. And so you put your mother's date of birth there. Yep. Let me make it more realistic. Is your mother in the US? Nope. Do you have any immediate family in the US? If you don't have any immediate family, just choose no. You save it. You're done with the family section. You save it. Oh no. So, do you have any other relatives in the US? No. You save it. We're done with chapter 7. So let's go to chapter 8. Primary of occupation. Where do you work? Do you work in computer science? What do you do? They want to know what you do. So if you are not employed, you are not currently working, choose not employed. But they are going to ask you, why did you choose not employed? What exactly are you doing with your life? So if you are not employed, maybe you are working on a project, you're working on a research, but the research facilities doesn't really pay you. So you can write you volunteer. I volunteer for maybe a hospital. You mentioned the specific name. Specifics is very important in this. So you may add, maybe you mention the name of the hospital in your area. Okay. So you can do it that way if you are not employed, or you can use, if you are a government worker, you choose government. They will ask you about the current employer. Maybe you are working for a school, you are working for KNUST. You just choose that, the employer's name on there. So what are you working on? So you put it on there. So if you're an engineer, you put it there. They'll ask you of your company's name. Okay, and they ask you of the company's address, and they ask you of the company's details. And here they will ask you the monthly income. So let's put maybe 3,000 in your local currency. So you put the local currency on there and briefly describe your duties. What have you been doing? Okay, so this is very important because this is where when you go for your interview, it's what you say has to really match. So for example, if you type here that you've been building roads, okay, I build roads. And when you go for your interview, they ask you about your current job and you say something else like, oh, I've been working as a farmer, it doesn't go with what is on the DS-160. So it is inconsistency and they may deny you. So what you write here is very important. So write your duties well. And yeah, if you wanted to link it to what you want to say during the interview, now is the time to do that. So what exactly do you do? Okay, yeah, so write it there, and that is it. And it doesn't have to be very, very long, as I said, just short answers. And then not this short, but just explain, I'm responsible for this, that. Or if you're a nurse, you can write, take care of patients, keep records, prescribe drugs and stuff. So you write your duties, what you've been doing there. Okay, so to continue, we can't continue without filling all these parts, so we have to, yeah, he said we have to fill all these parts. So let's just put any information there. So let's put nurse, health worker, yeah. Okay, so we put TT hospital, the name of the hospital you work at, or a clinic, and you put the address of that hospital, maybe so you put the city there, Kumasi. You put the state, Ghana doesn't have a state. Zip code, Ghana doesn't have a zip code. You put the company's phone number there. And start date, when you started working at the company, you put it there. Okay, so we are done. We are done with that part. Let's go to the next part. So beware of what you put here, okay? And remember that, because they might ask you what you've been doing and it has to go with what you wrote on here. Even if you add extra information, you have to also add what you wrote on here, okay? So you save it and we continue application. Were you previously employed before this? If yes, then you have to provide the previous employment. But if this is your first job, you just say it's no. Have you attended any educational institutions at a secondary level or above? Have you gone to a university? If yes, you choose yes, and you write the name of the university you've gone to. Okay, especially master students, you have to write this. But if it's no, you just choose no and you hit save. Continue. So we are almost done with the DS-160. Do you belong to any clan or tribe? Yes. You mentioned the name of the clan name and the languages you speak, you listed there. If you speak any other language, you write it there as well. Have you traveled to any country or no? Have you belonged to or any charitable organization? Yes. You might belong to an organization, like you might belong to maybe a church organization, a club where you do cleanup exercises, where you do things to support the community, maybe women in STEM. That is a very powerful organization in STEM. Okay. Organizations really help because it in a way proves home ties. You are involved, you are actively involved in something, you provide value, you are valuable. So it shows that okay, this person is like productive. When it comes to my country, it's really going to help. So think about your life. What have you been doing? Okay, so we're done. Do you have any skills? No. No. Serve in the military? No. So most of these parts is no. And you think, why are they asking these questions? You understand later. Yeah. So, do you have diseases? Nope. Mental health? No. Have you ever been drug abuse? No. If you have, you choose yes. So we're done with the first part. So this most of these parts you just choose no and move ahead. Have you ever been arrested? No. Have you ever violated, engaged in? No. Are you coming to the US to engage in prostitution? No. Have you ever been involved or do you speak any money laundering? No. Committed? No. Aided or somebody who have committed crimes? No. Are you the spouse? No. Or a son who has committed crime? No. So most of these parts, but if it's yes, just read it. If it's yes, choose yes. Honesty is very key in filling these. So I'm not going to talk again, but I'm going to select no. But if you select yes, you have to explain why. Okay. So we are done with part 3, part 4. No. No. Have you ever? No. 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 Save. So we are almost done with the whole thing. And so here they want somebody who is not in your family. Okay, he said you have indicated that you'll be studying in some capacity while studying in the US. List 2 contacts in your country of residence where you are currently who can verify the information you've provided on this application. Do not list immediate family members or other relatives. Okay, and post numbers are unacceptable. So you can't use PO box something something. So you write somebody's name on here. Let's see, and yeah, any person, maybe in your home country. That's very important. So let's see, Dia, Samantha. You write the person's address, you write the person's street address, you write the person's city, and if there is no state or province, does not apply. Phone number, you write the person's phone number and the person's email. But if you don't, like, the person is close to you, so you have to get the person's phone number or email at least. So, but for the case of this video, I'm just going to select does not apply, but get the person's phone number and get the person's email. And the person doesn't have to be part of your close family. Surnames, does not, you write somebody's name. You write the address, you write the country, the city, and the telephone number and the email address. So just 2 people. We are done. Continue application. So now is a SEVIS ID. This is where you need your I-20. Okay, you need your I-20 to fill. So on the I-20, the top part, the top left, you're going to see the SEVIS ID. You fill it really quick. So the crucial part of the DS-160, I'm going to tell you very soon. Remember me. So you write the school's name. You write the course you're going to study. Everything is on the I-20. So just look on the I-20 and just submit it. Okay, everything is on your I-20. where the country, the school is, you just write it there. Okay, everything is on the I-20. The zip code, you might not find it on the I-20, but it's online. You just search the name of your school, zip code, you're going to see it. So you add and save it. It's invalid. Service ID is invalid. Okay. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, invalid. So let me try and use a proper service ID coming. But I would have to cover it. Coming, I'll be right back. Yeah, so I inputted a proper service ID and it showed. So we're done. So this is where you have to upload your photo, okay, your photograph. I want to try my file again, whether it's going to appear or not. Okay, so I got a picture that finally passed the standards, but don't use this picture, don't smile, don't show your teeth. I just wanted a picture that passed the standard, and this photo passed. White background, face straight, no smile. We don't smile in passports, so yeah, but this one passed, so you hit continue. Okay, so now we are done with the photo test. So I review. Okay, so leave site. Yeah, so after you are done with the photo test, this is a review. This is whatever you filled, everything I filled on the application. So you look through very well to see whether you didn't do any mistakes. So you look through very well. You didn't do any mistakes. So you can print this part, okay? I recommend that you print every part of the DS-160. So print it. So it's going to appear. Just put it anywhere. You can put it in your, let's see, in your downloads or anywhere, a safe place. You save it. So you print every section. Every section you're going to see print up here. Just print it. Okay, so you don't forget the details you printed. Maybe you want to go through what you printed, or you want to go through what you did during the interview. So before you prepare for your interview, so just print it. You hit save and you hit continue. And if you see a mistake and you see, oh, I made a mistake here, all you need to do is to hit the edit personal information here, and it will send you back to the application and you edit it. Okay, so that is it. So yeah, return to review. So I'm here, you hit next. Okay, you hit next, but you make sure to print every section I'm telling you. So here, oh, the name wasn't Lisa, it was Lima. So all you need to do is to hit edit and you change it. But one thing about the edit is it's going to send you back and you edit it. Maybe you write Lima, and after that you come here, you save it, and after you save it, you hit continue. Okay, and it will ask you, do you want to continue to review your form? You hit continue to review, so it will send you back to the review, but it will start. Yeah, so now it has changed to Lima. So you continue, you save it, you continue, family, you continue, you continue. So everything is okay, but make sure to print it as I said. So sign and submit here. That is where you're going to sign. So you certify that you certify. And did anyone assist you? No, no one assisted me. Okay, and enter your passport and your travel document number. So you enter your passport number. Okay, and you enter the code here. What just happened? Yeah, you enter and you enter the code here. I don't know what is happening, but yeah, you enter your passport number, you enter the code here, and you hit submit, and it will submit. Okay, So that is basically everything. No. So that is everything about the DS-160. You are done. So all you need to do, very take much attention with the details, your name, and that is it. It's not that difficult. But what I need you to do is to, when you are filling out the duties you perform in your current country, make sure it includes almost everything you want to say during your interview. Okay, make sure it includes what you want to say during your interview. Okay, maybe you want to come here to do nursing. Okay, but you want to tell the visa officer that you're coming here just to study a lot about diseases and go back to your country and help them with diseases. Okay, so what you've been doing right now maybe has to do with something that is you are studying about diseases, or you help patients with their diseases. You know, it aligns with what you're going to say during the visa interview. But aside that, make sure you don't make any mistakes and you're good to go. And make sure you join some organization that is also doing something. Okay, you can't be isolated, and that is basically it. Just be yourself during the visa interview, and all the best. You're going to pass, and I believe in you. So there's everything about the DS-160. If you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. I'll see you.